What is the purpose of graphic design? Let's talk about it. I was once in an elevator with the custodian of our building. I knew him by name, and he knew I was a professor of graphic design. This day he proudly announced to me that he planned to open his own graphic design business. Really, I responded, with genuine curiosity. This man had never spoken to me about graphic design before. Yes, I just got a new computer and now I can choose fonts. I was dumbfounded. It was apparent that he thought that choosing fonts was all there was to graphic design. To reinforce his position, he continued, I designed my first brochure last night and I used 28 different fonts. Mercifully, the elevator door opened on my floor and I got out. This kind of idea is all too common, even among graphic design students and a few novice practitioners. They feel a graphic designer's job is to make it fancy, or to jazz up the content, or even to make it look cool. While jazzing up a design may be appropriate in some circumstances, it might be disastrous in others. And it was never the underlying purpose of good graphic design. So just what is the real purpose of graphic design? To aid communication. This can be accomplished in several ways. 1. Attracting attention. In our world of never-ending messages, one must first get a pair of eyes to look at a message before it can be communicated. Designers use tools like typography, layout, color, and imagery to do this. So aesthetics do matter. 2. Organizing the message. Complex messages or bodies of information must be broken down into manageable and logical subsets, as well as logical order. This is essential in media such as brochures and websites. 3. Use imagery and type correctly. A given design can lead with imagery or it can lead with type. Type can be a kind of imagery in itself. When used together, there needs to be a hierarchy in the elements to control the viewer's eyes and the communication experience. 4. Using the right media or output and using it correctly. This may seem too obvious to mention, but the physical form of the media can give advantages and also impose limitations. It all comes down to communication. But there are different ways to communicate, and they all have different constraints. A poster does not work like a website. A brochure has different parameters compared to a business card. Signage is not the same as a magazine. Every different media has its own constraints. Branding design is different from all other kinds of graphic design. A corporate identity doesn't need to work in a single application with its set of limitations. A successful branding design must work effectively in all of those situations, and as such must conform to the limitations of all applications. Each of those applications impose limitations that a brand design must conform to. And it's not just the applications. A successful brand must work well in positive or reverse, for either interior or exterior with all those differing lighting conditions, at any size, in color or in black and white, printed in offset lithography, letterpress, silk screening, flexography, and cut vinyl for signage and vehicles. Remember this central principle. The primary job of graphic design is to facilitate communication. Anything that compromises that core function of communication is counterproductive, and the primary function of a brand design is to be easily and clearly identified in all situations, in all media, and at all sizes. All of these considerations are why you can't approach branding design like any other area of graphic design, as we will discuss in our future videos. For more information, go to logodesigntheory.com. If you found this useful, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it with anyone who needs to know about logo design.